All right, our next chapter that we're going to study is going to be chapter 14 in the textbook. This is going to cover epidemiology, and really with epidemiology, anytime you bring up epidemiology, the first thing you should think of is the CDC, or the Centers for Disease Control here in the United States. There's also the World Health Organization. They're also involved in tracking disease. All right, they're looking at outbreaks of pathogenic bacteria. Or pathogenic viruses. Okay? So in terms of epidemiology, it's really kind of like interviewing someone. They want to know who, where, when, okay, how, all right, who's infected, where it's occurring in the world, when it's happening, how it's being transmitted, things like that, all right? And in terms of epidemiology, all right, and the occurrence of disease, all right, we've got 4 different types of occurrence that I want you to know. You're going to have endemic disease, all right? This is going to be really kind of regional, all right? So a number of years ago when there were outbreaks of bubonic plague and tularemia here in the Southwest, that would be something that's endemic, okay? Because the reservoir for those 2 bacteria, for the plague and for tularemia, exists here in the Southwest. So that would be something that's endemic. It essentially affects a particular region, okay? You can also have outbreaks that are sporadic, all right? And the name, again, kind of tells you a little bit about that. If something's sporadic, there's not really a link geographically, okay? In terms of the outbreak with the Costco chicken salad, that initially showed up as being kind of sporadic. It was occurring in small areas in different states in the United States, okay? In terms of that, they ultimately linked the Costco chicken salad to contaminated celery, all right, that was distributed throughout different markets in the United States, which kind of gave that sporadic outcropping that they observed, all right? So endemic, sporadic. Then you can kind of go up in severity and go to something that's epidemic, okay? Epidemic, really, you've got sudden outbreak, and it impacts lots of people, okay? So in terms of epidemic, all right, any disease where you suddenly start to see it occur in the population and occur rapidly would be considered epidemic, okay? We can go one step further from epidemic to pandemic. If something's pandemic, it's going to occur worldwide, all right? Not only here in the United States, but other countries as well, okay? And in terms of epidemiology, I really want to encourage you to go to, oops, I need one more W. The CDC website. I've got a link in the PowerPoints to the CDC's plan for an outbreak of zombies, which is kind of nice to see that the CDC has a bit of a sense of humor and are also dealing with, you know, potentially something that could come to light as far as a zombie apocalypse, all right? Given that The Walking Dead is one of my favorite TV shows, you had to realize I was going to bring zombies in here somewhere along the line, okay? But in terms of that, go to the CDC website. It's really kind of neat, the resources they have up there, all right? And in terms of the resources they have up there, it not only would be applicable for a zombie apocalypse, but any real danger or outbreak that becomes epidemic or pandemic, as far as that goes. So check that out. If you have any questions, please let me know. And thank you for